Hello, friends. This is E. Giuliano, and it is the 10th of February, 2022. I'm here with a BTC price, a BTC dump update for you. I'm going to share the screen. We're going to talk about this Bitcoin price chart and what is going on. So, well, what do we have here? That's right. We have ourselves the potential that I was confused about earlier, which is a terminal pattern. What I thought was forming at first was maybe going to be some sort of terminal pattern where it looked like we were getting there, but this potential fourth wave we're in now, it's just gone too far. And you see with these yellow lines, the type of channel it's drawing, it doesn't look like a narrowing triangulation to finish off this move and then go. Okay. So what it turns out is that the fifth wave itself might be the terminal pattern but the only problem here is that, we already have in this third wave, the fourth wave is moving into this first wave price action. So on some level, this whole thing feels terminal as part of a potential C wave of a bigger flat pattern, which we're not, it's not guaranteed, but it seems like it's looking better and better every day. Now, there is a potential for a triangle pattern as the fifth wave, which we'll see, because if this is a corrective move down and then a corrective move up, corrective move down, then we're definitely looking more and more like we're in this type of a triangular pattern, which has three wave moves rather, like a corrective pattern rather than like an impulse. So anyway, basically, bottom line is, we're going to watch this play out. This also takes us into May or June. This doesn't have to be exactly the way it forms. It's just more of an idealized version of it. But what it does is it provides continually lower lows so that the market gets scared, more and more scared. There's another version where you can actually have, let's say, a lower low and then a higher low, or a two higher, like a lowest low here, then a higher low, and then a higher low. You get more of a horizontal triangle. But really, market-wise and fear-wise and uncertainty-wise, and also finishing the pattern not on the channel, but either above or below, this definitely starts to look and feel like a good possibility. It also gives us, for example, A plus B equals C. If we go here to here, sorry, A plus B equals C, around there, and it, at best, we could be looking for this to end it, around here in end of February. Is there a possibility that at the end will come in the end of February and it will be more of, let's say, I'm going to hide this for now because it doesn't really matter currently. We're going to get away from there for now. And maybe it's just going to be more of something like this, where it's one move down and then boom, we're off. Okay, this is definitely a possibility as well. So, of course, and we'll watch it. But generally, the idea is we're coming down here for something. And maybe it'll be some triangulation that happens over a longer time as things chop around in our uncertainties and looks like there's weakness and whatever, and then boom, off we go. Or it's just one more strong down move capitulation, boom, and off we go. Either that, or we're not in a flat pattern. We're not dealing with extensions that work in some sense. And there you go. So that's an idea that we're looking at here. So what was the whole point of this? Well, after that third wave, we knew we were in a fourth wave. We were coming around here. If you watch that previous BTC video, we were around here, and it was like, the basic idea was we're making some sort of zigzag ABC pattern potentially here. And in that sense, we might find a 1-to-1 ratio, which would have been this pink line here, roughly. Okay, and I'll get into that. We'll go down to a 4-hour level just for more candle action for that. So that was this move here, and we'll just zoom right in. Okay. So we're talking fib extensions here, bottom, top of A down to bottom of B here. And the 1-to-1 would have been around this 42 level, this cluster here. We broke through that cluster and eventually rejected here. There's even still a chance we go to 47K. and find that 161.8. However, we got rejected. No, this line means nothing. This is just a potential 2 to 4 trend line. That's what we're building here, is a potential 2 to 4 trend line, but we don't know where it's going to be. We might still bounce up here, get rejected. We might even make it to a 161.8, and then this would change. However, on some significant level, it looks like we're rounding here. I mean, yeah, one more push if you want, and then we have a 1, a 3, and a 5 for an impulse for this bigger move. So it's possible. Okay, we are currently on a 4-hourly, just at the bottom of this Bollinger Band. But the other issue is we're compressing here into the underside of the 20 period, which is 4-hour chart, 20 period moving average. Underside rejected once, we're dumping down, but it's still not exactly certain. However, we have support down below. Is this orange line is a 200 period moving average around this 40,000 level. And then even here, we've got this cloud. So let's see how it starts interacting with this. Are we going to get a sharp zigzag down to this level here of price action around the 41 level? Oh, that's definitely possible. And that would give a strong M shape though, where we get like an up, a down, an up, a down, and then that could make a nice move up. And then we could have our bigger down. That's for certain, for sure. But, yeah, I don't know when exactly, there's a lot of talk about coinciding with Super Bowl and all this kind of talk. So that's interesting. But nevertheless, it's all about sentiment and confidence, fear, greed, right? So here you go. This was just for my own sense. We broke below this trend line. So that's a big deal. We broke above that one first. We broke below that trend line on a 4-hourly. So that's significant, because if anything, we're either done the whole move and we're going to be dumping down, or and if you look, we broke it at a really, if you want to do it, it's like that. So that's even more interesting. And so yeah, we could ride it up, but I think the play here right now is more to the downside. Okay, fine, whatever. That's pretty cool. It's still possible to go up though, obviously, but it's interesting to see that we got rejected in between this channel here, which is formed from the previous supports, and previous resistances. So that's cool. And we've had price action there in the past, and it's always interesting to find correlations as well. So there you have it. So we've broken down. The other option is we're finding a 2 to 4 type of trend line. So we have a 1, a 3, and now we're going to find, we're in our 4 and the 5 of this 5-wave impulse, which completes potentially a B, C, where you have a 5, a 3, and a 5 move. Now, having said that, I'm getting the sense that we are maybe going to rattle around here for a day or two, but then we're going to fall down, and we might even pop up even into the 44 levels before we fall down. But I get the sense that we might even fall down first, then pop up, and then come back down. We'll see though. This is a big deal. Watch this Ichimoku cloud level here as a support, and then they got this 200 period. If we go deeper into the time frames, you might see that things are breaking down quite decently. We have this level of support here, and after that, it's like we can break through this cloud down to this level, and then we have this cloud ahead of us, above us. We have this cloud above us, and we're down below, and that's when you can start working into that final triangulation pattern, however long it takes, but a 5-wave move that would subdivide, at least to this degree. You would want subdivisions. It doesn't have to be, but feels like it would be a churning to end this whole move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We would like to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But nothing's guaranteed. It could just be a strong single hard impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with less of a big degree of corrective moves in between. But yeah, here's our play for now. Okay, here's our play for now, and we'll see what that ends up looking like. We still need to watch out for this move here. So we went beyond. Oh, did I go into it? Let me just go in with the tool one more time. Okay, here's how we know as well. We will know if we're not in, let's say, a 5-wave impulse up and we're starting a whole new trend and the big deal was finished here. Okay, that's how we'll check. But basically, yeah, we had our move low, high. We'll go from the low, and it's nearly a 161.8. So that's a pretty good zigzag there. Strong to the upside, meaning the trend probably wants to go up, but you know there's going to be some downside first, quite likely. Let's see. Let's see. Nothing is guaranteed on this financial advice. I hope this has been helpful for you. Here is a retracement level that we might find interesting in terms of maybe invalidating some thesis. And again, funny enough, it's around this cluster here, around the 37K, around this previous 78.6 retracement of that long B wave that starts back here around the end of July time and goes until all the way up here in November timeframe. And then that 78.6 is the same level, this purple line, as the green 61.8 retracement of the low to high of our current move. So once it breaks through down there, then we're really going to see, and my guess is it's going to be some sort of strong move, and then it's going to come back out, but then it's going to go lower, and where people are going to be thinking about lower highs and maybe even lower lows, and then you know a lot of shorts will get in here and then they'll get taken out. That's the general sense I get, but maybe not. We'll see. The markets are dynamic and they can also shift and change. But the other thing, oh, and the last thing I wanted to say is no matter what, even if we're getting some 5th wave push up to wherever, and then watch this red trend line here, that would be the 0 to B trend line, and we want it to break in less time than it took to create from this beginning of the C wave to the end of the C wave. We want it to break and to break this level. So interestingly enough, for this pattern to be done and we want to keep going down, we want to be probably breaking this level here, which is around that 37K. We want to be breaking it. Let's keep it at the 4-hourly. We want to break it. I'm going to take the A to the B, A to the B. It's a give or take. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. Sorry. What I want to do actually is take the time it took to create this move up. I want to see how long that is. And then we want to break below this level before that amount of time takes place. We also want to break below this 2 to 4 trend line before that amount of time takes place. So let's be generous and start there and go there. So we'd say probably by the 17th of February, we should know if we're breaking this downtrend line here and we are going below the 37 level. Watch this time cluster here between here around this, like the 14-15 of February, 15-16 of February timeframe will be very interesting. Here itself, we have even the 13th of February, and you know, we are definitely showing distribution here. If you ask me, after moving up, distribution. I don't see why we don't have some move down, at least to the 200 period average around the 40K, this type of level here, finding that. Anyway, oops, we're going to see how this all works. I'm no expert, but I am definitely having fun with this, and I hope this has been informative, educational for you. So yeah, watch out for this time frame. We want to see a hard break of this uptrend line from the 0 to B trend line before this time frame here, which is around 17th of February midday in UTC. And we also want to break this level here, this 36.5, 37 level. We want to break that before then as well. Then we'll really know it's on. And so far it's been good. You know, and that'll also tell us we've broken through the 61.8 level and we're going to probably hold it and keep going further. That means this move is done. We're not going to find a further impulse of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, okay, let's see. This is quite interesting. I loving it, and I hope you are too. Other than that, I think that's it for me. I'm going to put us back to the daily time frame. I'm going to return the potential pathway and say, we'll see. I also, you know what, we can go into it further. Once we start seeing that we are breaking down this, we can talk about this, because it actually does turn out there are specific price and time relationships here. It doesn't have to be exactly looking like this, but you know, we can talk about that at that point. All right. Until next time, though, I'm wishing you all very well. And that's it for me. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button, make your comments in the comment section. And yeah, until next time, I am wishing you all the love, peace, happiness that you can manage. Goodbye.